Hey YouTube, Card Hound here. I did have some recent pickups that I wanted to share with you guys. Definitely not as many cards as my last video, but let me just start off. The first card that I've recently picked up is my very first hockey card, and I'm in the Dallas area, so who better to start off with than the great Mike Modano. Definitely the ultimate Dallas Star, the all-time American goal scorer leader. And that is the front of the card, the 1990 O-Pee-Chee rookie. And that is the back of the card. I figured that was the perfect card to start my hockey collection off with. And the next card that I do have to show you guys is going to be a 1985 Topps Warren Moon rookie. Now, Warren Moon did start off in the CFL, so he does actually have some earlier CFL cards. But this is actually his rookie NFL card. And got that in a 9, which is a pretty good grade considering the all-black borders on the 85 Topps. So really happy with those two. The next card I want to share with you guys is a 1986 Andre Reed. Recently saw, and if you guys haven't seen this, the Four Falls in Buffalo, the 30 for 30. It's all about the Bills and their 4 Super Bowl runs. Really great documentary, and obviously Andre Reed was a big part of that. So picked up his card, and the next card, one of my favorite football players of all time, and this is actually the latest card that I picked up, is a 1989 Score Derek Thomas. First of all, I love the 1989 Score football cards. I love the up-close shots of the rookies. Really nice green color on that as well. Got it in a 10, and also Derek Thomas was from the University of Alabama, and big fan of Alabama as well. So really happy with the Derek Thomas, a guy that was really shocked to hear about the car accident and dying at such an early age. Next card is also a football card. This is actually a part, if you guys saw my first video, I'm a pretty big Cowboy fan. So this is actually a part of my Cowboy collection, the great Larry Allen. So the only Hall of Fame lineman, at least thus far, from the 1990 Cowboys run. Really nice card, and I'll show you the back as well. And so that is the Larry Allen, so I can check him off of my list of Cowboys that I'm collecting. Now, to shift gears a little bit, the next card that I have is an 88 Fleer Dennis Rodman, a.k.a. The Worm. Also saw a documentary about the Bad Boys. I don't remember if that was on NBA TV or ESPN, but really cool. I wasn't a big fan of the Detroit Pistons back then, but obviously he's a fascinating guy and a great, legendary rebounder and defender. So, got the Dennis Rodman in a 9. And the next card that I have is also a basketball card. And you guys actually saw this in my previous video. Jason Kidd. The only thing is, that one was a GMA graded. So I decided to go ahead and get a PSA 10 of Jason Kidd. Again, in the Dallas area, he was drafted by the Mavericks, ended his career with the Mavericks. Great point guard, and that is the back of that one. And also got the Mavericks our first, helped get our first ring as well. So got the Jason Kidd. The next card, again shifting gears. Now we're in a baseball mode. Rafael Palmeiro. He kept jumping between the Orioles and the Rangers. Had some tremendous seasons with both teams. Some steroid allegations, so he probably will not be a Hall of Famer. Does have over 3,000 hits and over 500 home runs, so that's a pretty select group there. So got the Rafael Palmeiro, the 87 Donruss, and there's the front again. Next card is a card I have wanted for a long time. 1990 Leaf Frank Thomas. Got it in a 10. The Big Hurt. Actually saw him live at some Ranger games before. Just a mammoth man. I mean, his nickname is definitely apt for him. Got the 90 Leaf. There's the back on that. Didn't quite get 3,000 hits. Did get over 500 home runs. Tremendous player. Also played football at Auburn. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually played with Bo Jackson a season or two. So those are some of my baseball cards I picked up. Now here's where we're going to take an extra moment, because this next card means so much to me, and it's not really a super pricey card, but the late and great Tony Gwynn, probably the greatest hitter of my lifetime. No, obviously there's Ted Williams, Ty Cobb. Never saw those guys play. Tony Gwynn, an amazing hitter, a terrific team player. Loved everything about Tony Gwynn. Even the fact that he was, a little bit of a fat guy and could still, play as well as he did. Of course, I'm going to appreciate that. But again, just a tremendous player. Again, another guy that just, definitely left us too soon. Was actually coaching back at the college that he had graduated from when he was diagnosed with cancer. But again, love the centering on this card. It looks beautiful in a 9. So happy to get this. This card will never leave my collection. So again, I just can't say enough about this card or this player. The last one is a constant source of debate in my household. Kobe Bryant. So what can we say about Kobe Bryant? In his last season, has obviously had a great career. I get kind of tired of debating with my sons over who was greater, Jordan or Kobe. They didn't really get to see Jordan in his prime like I did. I love Kobe, just he's not Jordan. But the things I like about this card, so it's not the Topps Chrome, right? We're not looking at a $600 card here. But what it does have going for it is his Topps rookie. It's a Beckett 9.5, and if we will look at the subgrades, every subgrade is a 9.5, which to me is as good as a PSA 10. So a really nice card. Obviously a guy that's finishing up a Hall of Fame career. 5 championships, 1 MVP. I don't know how many defensive all teams and stuff like that. Gold medals. A great player. Excited to get the card. Not as probably excited as I will be when I get a Topps Chrome, but that'll probably be a while. So that is what I've collected since the last time I made a video. Now, the one other thing that I want to share with you guys real quick is I seem to be kind of just jumping around randomly collecting cards. And so I had to, when I first got back into the hobby, I had to figure out a way to kind of focus what I was collecting and what I was looking for. So what I did was I kind of came up with a list for myself, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see these, but for each main sport I basically came up with cards mostly from 1980 to current. So for each of the sports I came up with a list of about 50 players and that I wanted to collect. I figure anything pre-1980 is probably going to be more expensive, and I will work on those once I get most of these cards. So I wrote a list of, basketball, baseball, football, and then I have another page for my cowboy cards, and then just a little bit of hockey. Like I said, I'm not a huge hockey fan, but I do have a few. I mean, how could you not have a Wayne Gretzky in your collection? So that is really it, guys. I just kind of check the cards off as I collect them. So that's just kind of a tip. If any of you guys are just kind of figuring out how to kind of focus your card buying and your collecting, that's at least the way I came up with it. If the card I'm buying is not on one of these lists, I'm not going to buy it now. As simple as that. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the video. And like I said, I still look at all of your videos regularly. And I do appreciate you watching.